G'day, Bruce here. If you're over 55 and you own your own home in Australia, congratulations. You are officially asset rich and income poor. You're sitting on a castle that's probably worth 10 times what you paid for it back in the day, but you're likely checking the price of avocados like they're made of solid gold. Here's the thing. Being a homeowner in 2026 is not the same as it was 10 years ago. The rules have shifted, the government has noticed your equity, and the old strategy of just sitting on the family home until the end is becoming a very expensive mistake. Something has changed in the way the Aussie retirement system views your house, and if you don't adjust, you're going to be the wealthiest person in the cemetery who spent the last decade worrying about the electricity bill. Let's look at why your home is no longer just a place to sleep. It's now a tactical weapon in your retirement.
Let's talk about the first big change, the downsizer contribution. Now, the government has lowered the age to 55. If you sell your home, you can tip up to $300,000 per person. That's $600,000 for a couple directly into your superannuation. And here's the kicker, it doesn't count towards your regular contribution caps. For years, we were told to never sell the family home, but in 2026, the math has changed. If you're rattling around a 4-bedroom house with 2 spare rooms full of old gym equipment and dust, you're sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars that is doing absolutely nothing for your lifestyle. By moving that equity into super, you turn lazy bricks into working dollars that pay you a tax-free income. The government is literally dangling a carrot in front of you to get you to move. Why? Because they want your big house back in the market for families. But you should only do it if the math works for you, not for them.
Now, maybe you love your house. Maybe you've got the perfect shed and the neighbours aren't total drongos. You don't want to leave. Well, the government has a cheat code for you too, and it's called the Home Equity Access Scheme, the HEAS. This used to be a niche thing for pensioners, but it's gone mainstream. It's essentially the government giving you a reverse mortgage at a fairly decent interest rate. They let you borrow against your home to top up your fortnightly income. You can get up to 150% of the maximum age pension.
This changes everything because it means you can stay in the house and still have the cash to go to the pub or take the grandkids to the Gold Coast. But be warned, this isn't free money. It's a loan. The interest compounds and eventually the government will get their pound of flesh when the house is sold. It's a great tool, but if you don't understand the brutal math behind it, your kid's inheritance will vanish faster than a tray of cold beers on a hot day. Here is the part where people get it wrong. Currently, your family home is exempt from the age pension asset test. You could live in a $5 million mansion in Toorak or Vaucluse and still potentially get the pension if your other assets are low.
But in 2026, the quiet talk in Canberra's getting louder. They are looking at the billions of dollars locked up in the family homes of retirees while the government struggles to pay for aged care. There is massive pressure to start including part of the home's value in the asset test once it passes a certain threshold, say $2 million. If this happens, everything changes overnight. Suddenly your safe home becomes a liability that kills your pension. This is why you need to be looking at your home's value today. If you're over that hypothetical limit, you need a plan to shield that wealth before the goalposts are moved. If you think the pension rules are tricky, wait until you look at aged care. This is the one that keeps Aussies over 55 awake at night. If one of you needs to go into care, the family home is usually exempt from the means test as long as a spouse or a protected person is still living there. But what if you're single? Or what if both of you need care? Suddenly, that house is on the chopping block to pay the refundable accommodation deposit, which can be upwards of $500,000 or $1 million these days. The change here is the cost. Aged care is becoming a premium product in Australia. If you want a nice room and decent food, your home is the bank that's going to pay for it. The old strategy of leaving the house to the kids is being replaced by the reality of the house pays for the nursing home. You need to decide now, Is the house a legacy for the kids, or is it your final insurance policy? Let's be real for a minute. Owning a big family home at 65 or 70 is expensive. Rates are going up, insurance is skyrocketing, especially with all the crazy weather we've been having, and a plumber costs more than a brain surgeon just to show up and look at a leaky tap. When you add up the holding costs of a large home, you're often paying a 2% or 3% maintenance tax every year just to keep the lights on. If you downsize to a modern, low-maintenance place, you could save $10,000 to $20,000 a year just in running costs. That's a lot of schnitties and schooners. In 2026, the cost of holding is a trap that is draining Aussie retirees who are too stubborn to move.
So, what's the move? The change is this. Stop looking at your home as a sacred cow. It's an asset. In 2026, the most successful retirees are the ones who are willing to be flexible. Whether it's using the downsizer rules to boost super, using the HEAS to boost income, or selling up and becoming a grain nomad for a few years, the old rules are dead. You need to run the math on your specific situation. If your house is worth $1.5 million and you're struggling on the pension, you are living in a bank vault, but you don't have the key. Unlock the vault. Use the equity. You worked 40 years to pay that mortgage off. Don't let the government or a bunch of bricks dictate how you spend your final decades. Retirement isn't about having the biggest house on the block. It's about having the most freedom. Don't let your home become a cage. The game has changed for Aussie homeowners. Between the 300k super hack, the HEAS and the looming changes to the pension asset test, sitting still is a risk. Take a look at your rates notice, look at your super balance, and ask yourself if you're really getting the best deal out of your house. If you want to know the exact math on whether you should sell or stay, or how the HEAS interest rates actually work, drop a comment below with your situation. I read every single one of them. And if you want to support an old retired Aussie who's trying to keep the bastards honest, hit that join button or subscribe. It helps me keep the lights on so I can keep doing the research for you. I'm the Retired Aussie, and I will see you in the next one.